Comrade subscribers. So I'm quite excited to start working on this. So a big thanks to Peter for supplying his schematic that he redrew, and Jeremy for actually converting it, and also for PCBWAY, yay, for actually fabbing the boards for me and sending them to me. So I'm really thankful for their continuing support. Do exciting projects like this. So I know it's probably a bit silly. It's kind of like putting the horse before the cart before the horse. Is that the saying? So I haven't got the computer working yet, but you know, kind of see this as a declaration that I'm going to work on it until it is working. So there's the original keyboard, and here's Jeramy's version. So as we've seen before, the it's not the best. There's not much travel, and from what I'm told by Peter and others is that these were originally designed for touch tone phones, phone buttons. So I assume most of my audience knows what a touch tone phone is compared to a rotary phone. So yeah, maybe not the best for a computer. They're okay, but yeah, anyway. So as I said in my last video, so Jeramy's redrawn this for Cherry MX. So I've got I think, what was it, 99? I counted it as 98, but Jeramy reckons there's 99. And as he's the man who's actually gone and converted each one, I will trust his count. So I've got the key switches here. I don't have the keycaps are on their way, so I'll talk about the keycaps in a minute. I could use Western parts, so there's a couple of 7.4, well, they're all 7.4, but yeah, you know, we've got a 7403, a 7404, and a 7400, and a 74154. So that's the harder part to get, but it is possible to get it. But Peter, I just want to keep saying Poiter after, I think it was an 80s Aussie comedy show called The Comedy Company. There was a character on there, his name was Poiter, pronounced Poiter. Anyway, so he pointed me to a electronic supply business in Czech Republic, who still has these Tesla parts available. So I've been in touch with him, and now it's just a matter of trying to find someone in Czechia who can take delivery of it, because he doesn't really send overseas, so it's easier if he just sends it within Czechia, and then I'll find someone in Czechia who can post them to me. So I do have a guy I used to work with who's gone back to Czech, but he hasn't got back in touch yet, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm hoping to, that's the plan, is to reuse Tesla parts there. We've got resistors, we've got LEDs, so we've got resistors, LEDs, so I'll just use, we've got two transistors, so I'm going to get the original transistors as well. We've got a trim pot here, so I'll just hopefully use a Western trim pot. We'll see, 4.7K. Oh, actually, interesting. Yeah, look at that there. So I might have to get, maybe I'll need to order smaller resistors, because that one just doesn't seem to fit, does it? So, zoom that out. So yeah, I might have to look at that. I might not be able to put the resistors in today. Yeah, I won't be able to finish it today, because like I said, I've got keycaps on the way, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But I'll do what I can, because the one thing is also is that we want to check the fit, because let me get the sponsored ad here. So yeah, good old PCBWAY of helping out with this project. So they're sponsoring these series of videos, and I'm really grateful. This is the second project that they've helped me out with, so I'm really grateful to them for taking a chance on me. I really do appreciate it. And it only took a week actually for the boards to arrive. So they as you'll see, they are large boards, and they did that, and they also did the SD-ROM module. So for the SMEP, PPO1, and also the replacement ROM module. So I've got those two boards to build up as well as part of the troubleshooting. So they fabbed all those, got them sent from China to Australia, and then in a week. So normally, because I'm rural, also it usually takes about an additional 2 days. Once things arrive in Sydney, it takes another 2 days to get up to me. So arriving here in 7 days is pretty impressive from fabrication. So yeah, and they do the usual range of things here. So we don't have any SM&T stuff at the moment, but one thing we might talk to them about is the 3D printing. That might actually help, because if we want to reuse the original keycaps, I think there's 99 keycaps, and at the moment they have a small kind of adapter from the key switch to the keycap. So what we can do, as Jeremy suggested, is create a 3D model that'll connect to a cherry switch and then insert into the original keycap. So there's 99 keys. So you imagine printing out 99 keys on your home 3D printer. So this is something that PCBWAY can help you with as well. We'll see how we go. Yeah, so again, thanks again to PCBWAY for making this possible. Okay, so here's the top case. So we've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 sections that all kind of need to match up. LEDs I'm not too worried about, but yeah, it's obviously the key switches that we need to make sure all match up. So, and then yeah, get the LEDs, there we go, like that. So a quick look, it does look pretty good, but it kind of depends on where the screw holes. So yeah, we'll see. So Jeramy has done this without having access to the physical thing, so he's done a pretty good job, I think. But let's talking about the keycaps, let me just grab them. Okay, so these are the originals. They're pretty good keycaps actually. We've seen them before. Obviously they're not going to fit Cherry MX key switches. The way they're constructed, though, I think it's probably the space bar, but this black bit in here actually can come out. It's not attached on. If I can just get it out quickly without doing any damage. So there's a possibility, which actually Jeramy suggested as well, of making a new version of this black. Of course this one doesn't want to come out. I know the spacebar one isn't in there so strong. Let me get the spacebar one. Here we go. Here's the little 2U spacebar. So yeah, so this is the actual bit of plastic here. So Jeremy said that we could probably design, let me just bring the light down a bit, 3D printable replacement, so that we have this bit on top the same, that'll fit in there, but obviously in here we've got a Cherry MX key switch profile. That way we can reuse these nice chunky keys. But also I have ordered XDA profile keys. So I've got a bunch of QWERTY, because it's not Cyrillic, it's not Russian, so we don't have the JCUKEN layout, which you can't really get. You can get Russian layout, but it's QWERTY Russian. So you've got QWERTY and then you've got the Cyrillic equivalent. So I do actually have one of those, a set of those on the way for the Radio 86RK. But for this one here, I've got a set of QWERTY coming, and also a whole bunch of blanks as well, so that if there's anything special, like for example, okay, I don't know, figure out what that one is. but I think pretty much they're all almost standard. So you could almost get away. Oh, you've got things like LF, you know, line feed. So we'll figure it out. But yeah, let me put that aside. So yeah, if we're going to 3D print, we're going to need 90. Oh, that's why, maybe I counted it as 98, but I counted this as 1, so it's 99 in total. So we're going to have 99 of these printed, which is something I think PCBWAY can do. So, but that's a different project. So let me get started putting some cherry keys on here, key switches, just in the corners to see. I do have some keycaps, but they're I think MSA profile. They're quite low profile, so I can use those. And actually I do have, well, that's no good actually, is it? And so I do actually have a space bar, but it's only got a single key switch there. That might be a bit of a problem. And that one's got 3. Yeah, that might be a problem. We'll have to see. Anyway, yep, so I'll get started on that. And yeah, so I'm just going to do, I think I'll do these 3 here. I'll do the corners and see how it matches up. Oh, the other thing I'm getting, well, I can get from the guy in Czech is one of these I think it's a TY. Is it TY 527 or is it a TV 527 30 pin connector? So I get one of those as well. But otherwise, yes, diodes, capacitor, resistors, LEDs, which I'll just use locally. And that, okay. Let's get started. So just about done. I'm a little worried it's going to not fit the case, but I can always kind of file a little bit off the case. So yeah, spacebar is a problem because that's pretty much it there. So that's the original, and problem is it's got 3 which just won't fit. So not a problem. So I've got so I'm getting all sorts of different sizes, but so I've got that. Well, that one's way too long. I've got that one, but that one's too short. That's a single. So that one's kind of just that one. Oh, maybe. I don't know if I've got another one that size. No, that's just a little bit too. That's not going to fit. I think this is the same one. Will that just squeeze in? No, it won't. So not that I'm really concerned at the moment. Let's just that's kind of is that going to fit? No, not really. It shouldn't go like that, should it? It's going to come off without destroying the key switch. So the only problem with these is a quite tight fit. Fangulo. Alright, I'll be back. Just 2 singles. Both will work. Right, so I think I'm going to have to get the whole machine out because this doesn't actually screw to the top case. I think the top case just sits on top, so this actually rests. So what we'll have to do is we'll need to also recover, I'm guessing, recover these 2 plastic things there, and also recover these 2 metal strips as well. Alright, let's get the machine out. So there's 2, so the machine here has got these angled brackets, And so there's a screw hole there. There's a screw hole there. That's the keyboard connector that goes there. So on this edge here, we're just touching the RF modulator socket. Let me show you. So I'm not sure. I'm not fussed because I can remove this because I don't need it. Well, I've already disconnected it anyway. But it's just I don't think the original. Well, I can check the original keyboard. But that's the hole there. And because what it does is it's with those metal bars, it connects onto that, so then it actually swings up like that, I believe. So it's just a maybe bit too, it's not wide, but maybe a couple of mils too. I'm talking about millimeters, not thousandths of an inch. Maybe a few mils too high, perhaps. I don't know. But let's, because the other thing I noticed also that this is a 331.2-10, and let me get the original keyboard. Yes, I see what they've done here. So up in this corner here, we've got that little cutout, which we don't have there. So that's how that fits there. So it's just a little cutout, which actually looks like it was done after the board was made. So I can do that. I can do the same thing, cut it out. But on the side here, you can see this metal bar that we're going to recover. So that goes into there, so that the whole thing swings up. But yeah, so my board actually is an SM2257 8XB 007 331.2-21, whereas this is based on a -10. So I don't know what the difference is. For example, there's, we've got 3 resistors there, so obviously not all of these are filled. Yeah, but otherwise I think it's pretty much identical. So I'm going to screw it in and put the top case on. Okay, here we go. That's just going to be a pain in the arse to put this on. Got the interface sticking out. Oh, wires sticking out. Alright, hang on. Let me sort these wires out. Okay. Yep, so I'm a bit worried here. Some of the keycaps might be... Alright, put that over that. Just remember how this went on. Okay. Right, let me fiddle around a bit. So, because we've got these boards, there's expansions on the side that I need to go over as well. But it might be a bit of a tight fit, so I might have to do some cleaning. There. It was just the keyboard cable at the front here. So pretty good considering Jeremy's in the US and I'm in Australia and he didn't have access to one of these. So this side's okay. Probably could maybe shift a few millimeters that side, but these three, well, these two are okay. This one's stuck down, so this one could move to the right a couple of millimeters. That one's getting stuck as well, so that one could also move. So you could probably move, unless I can move the board. Maybe I can move the board. Yeah, if I can maybe shift the board to the right a few millimeters. So these, when I'm pressing, so I've got, I think these are XDA profile. I think I do actually have a couple. No, these are XDA or MSA. So I do actually have a couple that are deeper. So that's what I've got there. So that's the deeper one. These are shallow ones. So when I press these buttons, I'm touching the side of the plastic. They're not as proud. But that would probably be solved if we make these adapters and use the original keys. So I'm saying you can see, let's have a closer look. Okay, so you can see here. So this is a taller key, as you can see there. So yeah, definitely I wouldn't get the shallower profile, the MA or the MSA profile, because they are pretty much flush with the case. Whereas you can see these XDA, I think, a bit prouder. So these ones are okay, I think. This one could go over a few mil. These are right on the edge, so these are probably okay, but actually I don't know. Yeah, because that kind of, yeah, that one needs to be moved. That one's getting stuck. That one's getting stuck. So I think, yeah, maybe if I had XDA profile here, they might get stuck as well. Space bar, we need to figure the space bar out, but yeah, you can see it probably could do a shifting to the right. These ones have got a very nice gap. So that one I wouldn't shift. So probably the top row is probably okay. The second row could move over a couple of mil. I could probably take some photos if you're interested, Jeremy. But I'd say it's not a wipeout. This is I can certainly work with this board, because what I could do is just let me open the case up again. So I could say the current screw holes line up perfectly, but I could maybe shave a few millimeters off this side of the board and then maybe shift it over a little bit. So that's what they, of course it'll be interesting to see what it's like with the original keycaps as well, because they are quite a bit taller, I think. Let me get them out and compare. So here's the quite shallow one, and here's I think the XDA profile. You can see these are much taller, so I could almost just sit them on top and pretend that we've done the little converter slug. They would actually sit like, oh, actually, now how would you do it? Yeah, you would need this to be proud, actually. You need this to be flat. No. How would you do it? No, you'd need it indented, wouldn't you? Because at the moment, if you just sit them on top, they don't press down. Anyway, something to be figured out. So these, okay, so these are probably the best ones the originals are probably the best ones to use, because they sit quite proud. Alright. Let me replace these with the originals and have a look. Okay, yeah, I think there's going to be problems if you try and use the original keys, because they're just too big the way the board is at the moment, like that one there. Just, yeah, so I think to use the original keys, you're going to have to modify the board a little bit. Yeah, so you got, yeah. So I think the top row is fine. The top row is probably okay. But yeah, it's hard to say. But definitely with XDA keycaps it'll probably be okay. I could probably shift the PCB a little bit. But I think maybe a second design, shifting some of these rows. But yeah, let's see. We're prototyping, so that's the whole thing. Try and figure it out. But we're getting there. It's a good start, excellent start. So thanks again to PCBWAY for actually taking the chance and making the boards for us, and of course Jeramy for doing the redesign, and Peter for supplying the original schematics that he drew that we could start from. Saved us a lot of time. Okay, to be continued.